Hello everyone, I'm here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did.
You was really out here letting your auntie's son clap them cheeks? I wasn't expecting this. Oh my God. To be honest with you, I didn't see the first video. I seen a whole bunch of people covering it, but I never watched anything, so I'm ignorant to the facts of the situation. I was thinking maybe she was gonna come on here and say that was her play cousin, and you know she was cheating on him, and she made I didn't think, just some Jerry Springer shit. Holy snap! I did. Ooh. Yeah. With that being said, I wouldn't have came on the internet with this young lady. You don't owe the internet anything. I would have just kept my mouth shut.
But our relationship was not picture perfect as it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship, and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did. I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong, I fucked up, and I'm taking time away to seek professional help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not have to go down that route and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it. The next thing I want to address is a very serious topic. It is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself or anybody else.
Yo, you know what's crazy about so many people did videos on this situation. In my mind, I'm like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if she going through it right now. If she's thinking about self-harming right now. Listen, I get it. If my shorty cheated on me, I want revenge, bro. So I understand why homie came to the internet. Because people not going to let her live that shit down. The internet is unforgiving, bro. They are unforgiving. Even in the comment section of this video, folks is going crazy on her. People still knocking her head in, bro.
It is no cone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship. When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy on both ends. And since he's decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be. We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal, but what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point. My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of.
Boy, she said, if I'm going down, you going down too. I'm about to nuke the whole situation. The way he exposed her, I'm not surprised she about to try to do some exposing her damn self. Now, ma'am, what I would say is, are these things true? Do you have proof? If you got proof, throw it out there. If you got proof of the allegations that you coming with, throw it out there. Because my boy threw your ass all the way under the bus, and he got in the driver's seat and ran over you with it.
But at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time of my essay, he was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted. After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept.
See, this is the thing about exposing people on the internet. When you come in, you exposing somebody on the internet, you got to make sure that they're now holding the keys to the closet that's holding your skeletons in it. Now, what she's saying is very serious. Sexual assault. She didn't accuse her ex-boyfriend of R-wording her, and she have blood evidence. She says she had evidence with her insides. Now, this could potentially go someplace else. That's the thing about coming to the internet and embarrassing people. Because if they have something on you, best believe, especially if it's something serious, best believe they're going to throw it out there. Now, do we know if this is true and her ex actually did these things to her? We don't know that. But just her throwing that out there, these are serious allegations.
This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship. I still have the letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoings that he put me through in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings, and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to illicit expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures, I took my ex back in February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but like, I feel like and listen, my fucking go. So like, I just need to listen and get help from other people in my life or maybe therapy. Like, I think like a lot of stuff has been going on like in my life. Like, I need to stop pretending and not. I'm sorry, this is so like non-descriptive. Like, I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm at a breaking point in my life right now. But it's not your problem at all. At all. But yeah, I need help in that sense. I need to listen and grow and do better.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for the past 2 years. I was in denial and blamed it on a lot of other things in my life without fully understanding myself. Mental health is so stigmatized to where a lot of people, including me, do not get the help that they need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction. Throughout the past few weeks, I've attempted to take my life multiple times, and the only reason I'm here right now is because I failed. During this fight, I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I struggled to take care of my well-being. I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to was an abrasive environment that only made me regress more. In my time there, I met a lot of people that were in worse positions than me, and I learned a lot about the unfair and inhumane treatment that these people receive. And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys that I am still a human being, and I don't think anyone deserves the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days.
The internet don't care. They don't care that you're a human being. They don't care that you have feelings. They don't give a fuck about your problems. And I'm not saying that to come at you. I'm just saying that as somebody who make a living on the internet and get those weird ass comments too, the internet does not care. So if you think that you making this video is going to garner you any sympathy from these folks, it's not. That part of your speech is a waste of time. Trust me.
I believe that bringing all this to the internet in the way my ex did was completely wrong and invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should come back to the internet at all.
You should.
I understand. What I did is undoable, it's terrible, and I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to come back. I do want to be able to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health because I know there's a lot of people out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it. I will be back to streaming, and I will be back to doing what I love. Because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for your time. And thank you for listening to my truth and my story. This is my experience and the things that I went through in my relationship and in the past 2.5 years of my life.
The internet is a crazy place. The internet needs fuel, food, and the fuel and food that it needs is drama. It's usually the destruction of somebody's life. That's what the internet is. We are entertained by the destruction of people's lives. A few weeks ago, it was Abba from Abba and Preach. One of his ex came on the internet and said, yo, he got me pregnant. He got this person pregnant, this person pregnant, this person pregnant. And for damn near a month straight, the whole internet was doing videos on the situation. I done did a few videos too, I ain't gonna lie to you. And then eventually I was like, nah, I can't keep going. I can't keep doing this shit, bro. Because I just can't. This week, a young lady who had slept with her cousin, her ex-boyfriend exposes her. Now, the thing about this situation that is different is she's young as f***. And this is no excuse, but she's young. She's like 20 probably. She's like 20 years old, right? You got to be careful how you cover these situations. And I'm learning as I go along. You, as a content creator, you have to be somewhat responsible how you cover these situations. Now, I did my best to not come down on her and say anything off the wall, simply because you just don't know where somebody is at mentally. And here's the wild thing. I'm probably going to be the only person that's going to say what I'm saying right here, that's going to like give her the benefit of the doubt, because what she did is crazy. Sleeping with your cousin is crazy. But I'm still going to give her the benefit of the doubt because we don't know where she's at mentally. Somebody's going to come out here and call me a simp. God forbid she succeeded in taking her life, because she got proof that she got admitted into a mental facility. So that's not a lie. She got proof. She got the paperwork to prove it, right? God forbid that this young lady succeeded in taking her life. All y'all will be deleting them videos right now. Every last person that reacted to the video of her ex talking about, oh, yeah, she cheated on me and shit. And I get it. I get why he mad. But at the same time, y'all are contributing to her mental illness. For her to sleep with her cousin, that's some mental shit, bro. I'm going to keep it a band with you. Now, I feel as though we all have cousins that, yo, if we wasn't cousins, like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I done ran down on one of my cousins when I didn't know she was my cousin. And once I found out she was my cousin, I backed the hell up. Bro. But to actually go through with it is crazy. I'm going to be honest. To actually go through with it was crazy. But I'm not going to come down on her, because from me looking at this video, I can tell her elevator don't go all the way to the top floor. So what I'm going to say to you, ma'am, seek help. Honestly, you shouldn't have came to the internet with this at all. It's really none of our fucking business.